Good evening, welcome to Weather Fans Live here on Saturday, the 2nd of May 2026. And I hope you're all well on this Saturday evening. It's just the usual things tonight, the weather forecast. We'll have a quick look at the April stats so far. We'll look what's happening across the pond. And yeah, we'll see what happens from there. Looking very, light's a bit dodgy tonight. I'm looking very orange. Like bloody Trump, don't I? But why are the lights like that tonight? It is what it is. And the first person then tonight was Laura. Good evening to you. Hope you're well. Shame there's thunderstorms still out in the channel earlier. Yeah, I wasn't too confident of anything happening really. I was expecting maybe the odd rumble thunder across the UK with this rain, but we'll have a look at the very latest in just a few moments. Good evening to Audio Coffee. Hope you're well this evening. The curse of the channel is still around. I was looking forward tonight. Looking forward. The curse of the channel is still around. I don't understand that, but looking forward to tonight. I don't know. Good evening. How's your evening going? Not too bad. Had a very busy day with the family. Had a nice family day out. We enjoyed ourselves. Just feel a bit now tired. Bags under my eyes. It's warmer here than in Texas. I've had word it's been snowing in Hawaii, Ohio. I'll have a look at that shortly. You've been tangoed. I've been something, haven't I? Like if I look like President Trump, I look like a walking what's it, don't I? Currently watching storms over Northern Europe. We'll have a look at the latest. Actually, I'll bring up the detector. I'll bring up shortly. Good evening to our mod James 098. Hope you're well. And why is it when I start the live, girls, you want to go upstairs and you start winding her up? Just bear me a second while I reach out to let the cat through. Come on, go. Always alive at the moment. Sorry about that. Stormy is just below me here. I will try and grab her in a second to say hello to you all. Where was I? My day has been a bit of a mess. Food shopping order got messed up at the depot, so I've got no idea where my bread went. Oh no. It's annoying, especially when it's food that or things you really need. Is it one of the big four? So my phone is on one side now. No problem at all. And I managed to sit on a full pack of 6 croissants and turn them into sandwich thins. Oh dear. Just get a type on and just pop them back up, maybe. See if that'll help. Good evening to Paul James or the mod. We've got both mods watching. Keep an eye on. Make sure you're all behaving this evening. Good evening to James Weather UK, if that's a new name, unless you've been before with a different name. Hope you're well. Must be waiting for it. My cat's been a jerk all day. I think Stormy could be in season. Could be. My app has a wintry showers for Tuesday and Wednesday. Have you not had enough snow this winter so far? I've probably seen snow probably once in about 20 years, I think, at the moment. Come here. Want to say hello to your fans? No, not yet. I'll try to bring Stormy on shortly. No. She's literally just on the side of the laptop on the floor. I'll try and bring her in a second. How many cats do you have? I have 2. One's a year old this month, and the other one is 8, 9, I think. 7.
Yeah.
Well, you know me, I can't get enough of the snow. Well, like I say, bring some down here, but I can always go up to the snow down, to be honest. I'm new to your channel. Yes, I knew James and Laura from a few months ago, though. All right, thank you for popping in. It's going to be a bit of a quiet one night compared to, well, it's normally a quiet one. Nothing too much happening with the weather. Weather's been a big letdown here. Yeah, it's just... Liz did go out earlier on, but she thinks I presume she's gone back home, to be honest. I'm not sure if she was live earlier on. As I mentioned, I've been out all day with the family, but I said no, Liz was out earlier. Excuse me. No snow. We need thunderstorms. Had none last year. Probably you and me both had a few pass nearby, but none overhead. Had one a few weeks ago, just literally virtually across the front of me, which was really nice. See many lightning strikes on that. I think that live could be still on our Facebook page. So before we get into the weather at the moment, let's have a quick look at what's that there. Liz shared her location on the WeatherWise app, but didn't go live. I don't know if she was using the WeatherWise app. Still early days yet, because plenty of time to get something. It does this on purpose. So it's still early in the season yet. We still need to get that really proper summer warmth and humidity to come up from the south yet. So still early days. Ooh. Right, what was I about to bring up? Let's bring up the April stats, if I can find where I've put it. There it is. Let's bring it up. I got this from Liam Dutton's Facebook page. So I'm just going to bring it onto the screen here right now. So the mean temperatures for the UK, it was 1.1 degrees above average. And you can see there, literally all of the UK, bar 1 or 2 little places, were above 1 degree. There's a few spots above 2 degrees. Once you can hear Stormy chirping in the background. The rainfall for April is very dry towards the southeast of England, parts of the East Midlands, receiving probably about less than 30% of its April rainfall. And it's a little bit more wetter towards the northwest, towards northwest Scotland. We're looking slightly above average, but majority of England and Wales was below average. So it's been another another dry April, which seems to be more of a trend over the last few years. Ever since COVID, really, seems to be having really nice Aprils. So overall for the UK, rainfall's been 23% below the average. And the sunshine, yet again, it's been another nice April. As the UK as a whole, were 39% above the average. And even though it's been a bit wetter up towards the northwest of the UK, still above the sunshine amounts for April. So very interesting there. Another dry, sunny April. We're just going through a run of dry Aprils, we shall see. Could next year be absolutely atrocious? Then again, I'm missing these April showers. Not been too many around. But then again, could it be changing the climate? Wow. It's happening, isn't it? So could we, in future, April's be drier than average going forward? But only time will tell on that. Let's put my head back into the comments. Not surprised, but so little rain. Yeah, it's just how wet winter was as well from about September, October time when it really changed and just had rain after rain after rain. I think quite a lot of places actually do need some rain now, especially the farmers for growing at the moment. It has been nice just to get that, well, good break from the rainfall. But if it's going to rain, at least wanted some good heavy thundery downpours would be nice, please. Right, let's have a look at the very latest with the rainfall. It's been up onto the screen. Where is it? There it is. Let's refresh that. It just comes back into the studio, get myself off the screen. Zoom into this. So at the moment we've got this rain pushing north, currently coming into northern England right now. Some heavier bursts on this, affecting mostly western areas through the Midlands into East Anglia. There seems to be quite a few sharp showers around the London area at the moment, heading up towards the Hampshire area. Still a few bits of rain towards Cornwall there, Devon Cornwall. And let's just zoom out. This will continue to progress up towards the northeast in the coming hours. Let's just play that through. So let's continue to track northwards. How far north will that go? Is that going to let me go back even further? So you can see June. Oh, I started out from 2 o'clock. So you can see in June the oh, you awkward little sod. So the rain starts coming to southern counties around about lunchtime today and has been progressively moving up towards through to the Midlands and to parts of northern England during this afternoon. Been some heavier bursts on there, perhaps rumbles of thunder through the English Channel, but it's like the channel perhaps looks like killed it off, and it's just rain as it's pushing north. Some thunder showers down towards, well, especially towards the near continent, into France, into parts of Belgium as well. We've got that line of heavy precipitation through the southeast there. Still could be some rumbles of thunder perhaps affecting parts of Kent in the next few hours or so. But well, we're now coming towards 8 o'clock. This rain is still continuing to progress northwards. Excuse me. Just bring up the lightning detector. So if it's, is that flicked across? Yep. So lightning detector has zoom in on there. Show the flash there towards parts of Kent. It's not Kent, towards Norfolk there, but I'm not convinced on that. Oops. Hang on, another one's happened. accidentally zoomed in a bit too much there. So look at the radar, Nat. Will that support it? No, I believe there is a rumble of thunder around that area there. It's just not showing it there. If anywhere, if that's perhaps showing lightning, probably central London right now, but seeing nothing happening right now. All the thunderstorm activity is over towards Belgium, into parts of Western Germany as well. Lighting up nicely as we speak. And also parts of northern France. It seems to have quieted down a bit in northern France as well. That is showing a lightning strike just off the Dorset coast. Let's have a look at the radar on that. Is that no, nothing there? So not convinced on that. So at the moment, if you want thunder, head over towards Belgium, Western Germany at the moment. Plenty of lightning strikes going on right now. Unfortunately, nothing for us, sadly. So towards northern France, that's where you get some of these thunderstorms there. I do not think they'll actually get into the UK. I think they'll just die off in the channel like many have happened during the last day or so. The channel does have a habit of killing these storms crossing the channel. So that's why I'm not really optimistic of anything happening at all. Whoa, have I lost my tab? There we go. Let's zoom out to there. So yeah, I'm not. If anyone's going to get any thunderstorms, I think it's towards the southeast. Again, there's that cell over towards central London right now. I can't rule out the odd rumble of thunder from that. But if anyone's getting thunder, it's the usual suspects, really. Perhaps southeast of England, around the Kent coast. That's it, really. Let's find the synoptic weather charts. Just bear me a second while I bring up the next tab. Not next tab, there it is. Let's get it off there. So the synoptic charts at the moment from the Met Office. We've got this area of low pressure centred towards the south of England. We've got this mess of weather fronts around the UK. We've got some up towards the north of Scotland, down western areas, and this a bit of occlusion really towards the southern areas, which is bringing up this rain as we speak right now. So it's a complete mess. There's a little trough there, giving those thunderstorms to parts of northern France. Let's bring this forward to tomorrow lunchtime, and it's just a complete and utter mess out there, really. Weather front across Scotland, parts of northeast England, affecting the southwest coast. So many central areas should stay dry during tomorrow. Can't rule out the odd few showers, but the most focus for this is parts of southern Scotland, Northern Ireland, through northeast England, and perhaps down towards the southwest as well. Going into midnight, these weather fronts up towards Scotland will be eventually pushing towards the south. And what that will do as we head into Monday, it's going to push all that towards the south. We've still got that lingering weather front across southern counties. Possibility anywhere from the M4 corridor southwards could see possibly some thunderous showers, but I don't see you going any further north than the M4 corridor. And heading into Tuesday, got these weak weather fronts coming down from the north, introducing some shower rain, but it's going to turn much colder as the wind changes to a northerly. For these ice bars back, it's going straight from the Arctic. So we've gone from a southeasterly flow where temperature up to around 24 degrees yesterday, and we're probably looking at about 13, 14 degrees the early part of this coming week. Bring it through to Wednesday. Then there are some troughs around, so you could see some showers around. And there's not really warm air around. We're possibly looking at just normal showers, really. Other than thunder, I can't really rule out, but not really that optimistic on that. Okay, let's have a look at the UKV. This is the UK Met on this. Oh, didn't realize I had so much option on this. So I've had the Net Weather Extra for absolute ages, but I keep not meaning to log in for when I do these lives. And on the like the extra, you only get about three or four options you can choose here. So let's have a look at the precipitation. So this is the UK Resolution UK Met Office. So there's that rain moving up towards the north. Actually, this is showing a bit more heavy burst actually as we head into the late evening. Interesting. You see the odd rumble of thunder on that? Can't really rule it out, but not seeing nothing more than that. I think it's just mostly going to be heavy rain. They'll push up towards the northeast during the night. Many places staying dry away from northeast England and down towards the southwest through tomorrow. And overnight into Monday. Some showers affecting northern areas into Scotland. A few perhaps isolated ones towards northeast of England. There's just that risk from the M4 corridor where you can see some showers developing. Odd rumble of thunder can't be ruled out. And heading into Tuesday, we've got these systems moving down from the north, introduce much fresher air. And it's not showing really any showers there for Wednesday across much of England and Wales, mainly for southwest and north of the UK. And that's as far as we can go is Thursday. Looks like a nice little area of low pressure perhaps developing there up towards the northwest. That's perhaps one to watch. Let's take a look actually. What else can we look at on here? So look at the temperatures actually for the next few days, just to show you the change in the air mass as well. So going through to tomorrow, temperatures towards the southeast could get up to around about 20 degrees. Up towards north where you've got the rain sitting there for much of the day, looking at perhaps 7s and 8s. And going into Monday, again, that cool air moving across the country. And towards the south, we could still get into the upper teens, but elsewhere from like the North England northwards, we'll probably just get into double figures, maybe up to 12, 13, 14 degrees as possible. Much colder up towards Scotland, where some places will stay in the single digits. Going into Tuesday, temperatures again up towards the north, looking around about 5 to about 10 degrees at best. And for the rest of England, Wales, we're probably looking around about 10 to 14 degrees for much of the northern England, Midlands, southwest, but towards the southeast, we could still see the upper teens into Tuesday. There is the risk of some frost potential during the early part of this week, so gardeners beware. Then Wednesday, temperatures as widely up to from about 6, 7 up in towards Scotland down to around about 12 degrees. So it's looking quite chilly for early part of May. Again, there's risk there of some frost for the I can't get words out here. There's a risk of frost as we head towards during the week. Then Thursday, temperatures perhaps getting up to about 15 towards the south, but still remaining fairly chilly for the early part of May, for around about 6, 7 up in the north of Scotland, up to about 15, 16 towards the south. Let's have a look at the latest GFS, see what that's bringing up for us for the next week or so. Let's go have a look at the 12Z run. I'll put my head into the chat and see who has arrived or not arrived. Good evening to you, Stormtruck UK. Hope you're well. And good evening to Stephanie. I finally made it to a Saturday evening live. Good evening. Hope you are well. Let's have a look at the sea surface pressure charts from the latest run from the GFS from 12 o'clock today. So we're in a bit of a slack flow at the moment, just a shallow overflow pressure of the UK right now. Let's just bring up the date on there. There we go. As we head into the other part of this coming week, winds do switch to a northerly for a time. Then it looks like, actually, shown the UK V model, that low pressure starts to develop just towards southwest of Iceland. We've watched that through Wednesday. All of a sudden, one develops. Excuse me. Will that affect the UK? It's not really showing it will affect the UK. It's down towards the west on this 12Z run, but it does push towards the southwest. Then high pressure actually builds up towards the south of Iceland again. So things will be turning dry there for Scotland as we head into next week. Low pressure over towards Iberia. Then we're changing the winds to a northeasterly going into Monday the 11th. We've got a bit of an extension of the Azores high as well. We've got low pressure out towards southwest of France. We're coming into that easterly flow again across many areas. We dry up towards Scotland, Northern Ireland through this if this was to come off. And we've got a ridge there for day 12. It looks like low pressure could take control up towards the northwest, keep turning things more unsettled towards Scotland and Northern Ireland. And nice little deep low there for Monday the 18th. So that's one to perhaps watch. That takes us to the end of that run. So could things be turning more unsettled as we head towards the middle of May? It's still a bit too early to say, but we shall see. Let's have a look at the upper air temperatures just to get an idea what the air mass is like right now. So fairly warm towards the southeast. That bit of warmth with this association with this rain coming up from the south. But as we're heading to the early part of next week, we do get that cool autumn. And eventually with that low pressure, if it was to come off towards the southwest routes, perhaps could be a little bit warm towards the southeast there, but a bit closer run thing. Then we'll get that east northeasterly floats, relatively cool, but nothing to shout out about. And signs there of the Atlantic taking perhaps control again for the middle part of May. Just going to bring up the Cape and Lifted, just show for the next few days for the thunderstorm potential. So during today, I didn't feel convinced anything will happen in the UK, and that seems to be the case right now. Was a bit of Cape up towards France and Belgium there. That's why I've had some, well, you've seen some storms that were shown earlier on. Going into tomorrow, very marginal, extremely marginal there. Any showers that do develop towards the southwest could have a few rumbles of thunder, I would say, on there, but I'm not convinced. And into Monday as well. A couple of days ago when I looked at this, I thought maybe the south of the M4 corridor, but I don't really expect anything when looking at that at all. And that's when the wind changed to a more of a northerly and less likely for anything to happen. I'll go through to Wednesday the 13th. We'll stop there. Yeah, nothing popping out there at all, so I'm not expecting any storms really for the UK. And I'll leave it as that because I think I'll be able to grab somebody. There she is. There's Stormy. Say hello, Stormy. No. What? So there's Stormy. Well, the back end of her anyway. Bye. Just hello to your fans. Hey. Just hello to your fans, Stormy. See her tail swishing there behind me. She's moved. So there's Stormy. Just happened just to be below my feet then. So a cat says smoke and then she pushed the living room door wide open. You coming back? She's very vocal at the moment. You coming back? No. But if you can hear her chirping away behind the laptop. Stormy, audio, coffee, Paul James. James said hello. And Laura said hello as well, Stormy. Oh. So there's Stormy, and there she goes again. Wow, 12 people watching. Quite a lot, really, for Saturday night. What are we looking at next? Yes. There's two more things to look at. So there's nothing too much happening this week, but we'll have a look at the ECM WF weekly anomaly charts. Then we'll have a look at the latest from the Storm Prediction Center from America. So we'll head over towards ECM WF weekly anomaly charts. I've just refreshed that to see if it's not been updated since I've been live, because it does happen in quite a lot when I do these. So these are the ECMWF weekly anomaly charts. So from the 4th of May through to 11th of May, we've got high pressure out towards the west. We've got low pressure down towards the southeast, centered up towards Scandi. So we're looking a bit of a northeasterly flow on this, keeping things quite cool. And then from the 11th of May through to the 18th of May, the GFS was hinting it turn a bit wetter through the middle of May. That slap bang over the UK. So, looking at that, I would say there'll be low pressures moving across the UK. So we'll be perhaps having a bit of a southwesterly before changing to a northwesterly as these pass through. The 18th of May through to 25th. That's low pressure a bit further east. We're looking perhaps a bit more of a northwesterly flow. The 25th of May through to the 1st of June. With high pressure out towards the west, we perhaps still got to maintain that northwesterly flow. So, possibility there could be a shallow of low pressure somewhere towards Central Europe, really. So, there could be that risk of rain. Then 1st of June through to the 8th of June. There's no really clear signal there for any wet weather. Well, that's stormy. Okay, don't know what that was all about then. The storm just shot across the room. The 8th of June through to the 15th of June currently has high pressure over the UK. Underneath that will probably, I think that's like high pressure will be centered over the UK. So with the strong June sunshine, we should feel quite warm. And I've got the same charts again, but this time with the precipitation. So for this coming week, it has a slightly drier than average for the 4th of May through to the 11th. Then for the 11th of May through to the 18th, where it's looking more unsettled, we're less surprised there, wetter than average. Then we're looking a bit more average for the 18th through to the 25th of May, and average for the 25th to the 1st of June, and up to the 8th of June to the 15th, where potentially we could have that high pressure of the UK. We're looking perhaps around average, slightly drier than average towards the southwest. And finally, the same charts, but this time looking at the 2-meter temperatures. So with that northerly kicking in, we're actually much colder than average for 4th of May through to 11th of May for these northerlies coming down during this coming week. And even parts of Western Europe as well is looking colder than average. Even through Iberia, it's looking colder than average. And even Eastern Europe are looking a lot colder than average. Excuse me. The 11th of May through to the 18th, we're looking at a bit of recovery there. Perhaps still cold than average towards Ireland there. Got a lot of rain around. It's just going around about average. The 18th of May through to the 25th, we're looking around about average. The 25th through to the 1st, we're looking around average. The 1st and the 8th, we're looking around average. Then with the high pressure pups building across the UK, we're going to start turning things a bit warmer again for the second week of June. I'll head back into the chat again. Good evening to Froglegs and Matthew. Hope you're all well. Or just saying she'll take the cooler temperatures and currently sat under a fan. There could be increased humidity as well with this rain moving up from the south. But things will be a lot more pleasant, shall we say, tomorrow with this cooler air coming down from the north. That's good to hear, Matthew. Okay, thank you. Right, we'll have a good look at one more chart, which will be from across the pond. Just give me a second. Someone's tickling my throat. So the last chart is from across the pond. We'll have the Storm Prediction Centre, see what's going to happen there for the next few days. So for the 2nd of May, which is today, this is a slight risk for parts of Florida. Nothing too significant elsewhere. The write-up on this is there's a slight risk of severe thunderstorms across the northern central Florida peninsula. In summary, severe thunderstorms are possible across northern and central Florida peninsulas through the early evening. And in the slight area, we're looking around about just over 6.5 million people for the likes of Jacksonville, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Gainesville, and Clearwater in Florida. And in the marginal, we've got Orlando, Daytona Beach, Kissimmee, Port Orange, and Sarasota. So I've got to really look into and read that then. Tomorrow, looking quite quiet. There's just a marginal risk there for parts of northern central Missouri into central Illinois. And the summary is a few strong thunderstorms are possible across parts of northern central Missouri and central Illinois on Sunday. So at the moment, just a marginal risk there, which affects 5.5 million people. And going into day 3, it's just still an extended marginal risk there for East Kansas into central Ohio. So again, some very strong to severe thunderstorms are possible across portions of the Midwest late Monday afternoon into Monday night. So I've got day 4, 5, and 6. So there's a 15% chance there for severe thunderstorms for parts of Texas, the far northwest of Louisiana, and I can't remember the other 2 states in that area there. I do need to look into it. And a bit of a more risk there, so give me a second. For the same area, but more extended across. So more for Louisiana this time, parts of eastern Texas as well. Day 6, predictability is too low for 7 and 8 as well. So it looks like there could be a bit of an uptick in the early part of next week. So that probably looking at Tuesday, Wednesday, possibility of things starts to tick up for those areas there. Right. I think I'm going to start winding down now. That's everything I want to get through tonight. So, it's in summary for next few days. Thunderstorm activity was very extremely limited. Possibility down towards the southeast, there could be a few lightning strikes, but nothing significant at all. When it was forecast with this rain coming up, I wasn't really convinced we was going to get much across the UK. Still rumble thunder here and there, but I still don't think we're going to get really anything at all. There was potential for Monday for M4 Kai, but looking at the latest charts, I'm not expecting anything now. Perhaps again, there could be a rubber thunder, but nothing significant at all if they get anything towards the south on Monday. And with the cooler air coming down from the north, early part of next week, I don't see any storms at all for the rest of this coming week, unless the weather does change. As we head into the latter part of the week, if we get more of a Atlantic course, southerly airflow, but nah. If you want storms this week, I would kind of write it off, especially after Monday. All right. put my head down in the chat. What's that next week? The 8th. I think it potentially I might not do a live in 2 weeks' time, but I shall let you know because I'm quite busy on one of the Saturday evenings. But I shall let you know by next week's live. Thank you so much for joining me on this Saturday night. Still trying to get used to saying Saturday night instead of Sunday nights. Thank you to the mods, Paul, James, and James, giving Iron things in the background. And thank you all for watching me in your TV screens or phones. Baffling on about weather for the last 45 minutes or so. And just fingers crossed, me and the team just waiting for anything to happen. I know Liz did go out earlier on, but just a bit of a bust really for Liz. But things will get better this season. You never know. The team, what have I done there? The team might catch another one of these this year. That's on the summer solstice storm last year. So fingers crossed they could this year. I'm waffling on anyway. I'll let you go on with your Saturday evenings, whatever you're up to. And yes, it's Bank Holiday, so thank you for reminding me, Matthew. Enjoy the Bank Holiday weekend. To me, it's no difference because I'm still working Monday. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll just see you next Saturday from 8 p.m. And it's been a while. Thank you for the stream. What a fans special. You may roll those credits. Thank you so much, Steffi. Thanks for joining me. Take care, and see you next week. Bye-bye for now.